the key elements of leadership. Number one, to have a clear path and a clear view of where you're going. In other words, do I have goals? Does my department have goals? Do my team members have specific goals that they need to accomplish? In order for my team to be successful, in order for me to be successful, I have to meet these certain milestones. It can be sales or percentages. And then for each individual person, do they have clear goals for themselves? If they don't, I have to build goals for everybody. I need you to have a real good mindset and to think as a leader. So there's some things I'm going to ask you to stop thinking in a certain way, start thinking in another way. Then personal and professional development. And the two key words is about being poised and being organized. Poised means the ability to calm drama down. It's not to get rid of drama. It is not to say, I want drama to stop, but I want you guys to be the sponge where you help to create calm so we can fight the fight. You're not going to get rid of the fight, but we're going to change it from ballroom language to professional language, from being dramatic about it to being objective about it, from being high intense to being calm intense. You got to be careful. And that's where we get into personalities, but it's about being professional and organized. If you're not organized, you can't be poised. You can't be professional. You have to have your time management under control. Then you have to build your team. And what that means is recruiting, onboarding, and make sure that you are never without an open position that's vacant for any longer than 4 weeks. I just gave you guys a tall order. If you can't keep your team together, you're not going to succeed. And if you're already accustomed to operating in a situation where you have open positions and people know that those positions are open, but you can't seem to fill them, it's going to be impossible for you to be consistently successful. It's like trying to win a baseball game without a second base. Oh, that's all right. My third baseman will cover for that. We'll just distribute the task. And as a note, you got a gaping hole here, and you've talked yourself into thinking that you can actually win with 6 players instead of 7 players. So it's about always building your team and having it in place. Then the next one is about mentoring and developing your team members. And you have to be able to do it regularly, casually, and document it. It's all about training. It's all about making sure your people have the skills and always making sure you're always providing more skills. Then the next, which is creating an environment where open dialogue can happen and then create bonding. This is a safe place where we can all talk. Open dialogue where we're going to discuss problems, issues. We can talk about anything in a safe place. Even let's talk and critique Maurice. You as a leader, you're the one that has to set the environment. If I'm not open to the critique that I know is there, then we're never going to be open to critique about where we need to perform. I need to be the first one to throw myself at the sword and invite folks to say, this is a safe place. From that dialogue, we then have to be able to solve problems. And that's the clincher right there. We run away from problems. We're afraid of problems. We pass problems over to others, and we create a distant approach to problem solving. What frustrates employees is that their employers aren't telling them, first of all, their goals. And second of all, the employer is not telling me how I'm doing in relationship to my goals until about 5 months later when you're angry with me because last February I did this and last March I did this. And now you're going to tell me things like, well, Maurice, I've been telling you. Well, I've been telling you now for the past 8 weeks. Well, no, you have. And there's this disconnect that exists between the employer telling the employee what their status is in relationship to what makes them successful, their goals, and the employee knowing really where I'm at.